building the world's sickest, baddest, most fastest, coolest new edge on TikTok, planet Earth, the Milky Way, part 7. Alright guys, we are chipping away, the days are counting down, we're waiting on some parts for the Whipple Hemi. Need to order some parts on this, getting knocked out what we can. It's Sunday, went racing yesterday. Back here trying to get some stuff knocked out. Did some really nice fuel lines. Crimped King back in the house again. You want to go over the fuel rails? You want to go over the fuel lines so far? We got pretty much everything but our last return done because we need to.
Got some stuff. We the Edelbrock rails for some reason are -6. I need to step up 21st century and just do them out of -8. They used to be MPT. Now they're ORB, but they're -6. But so what we did was we cut the rear off and welded a -8 fitting on there. That way this rail's getting fed with -6, fed with -8, crossover -6, returns to the regulator right here, -6, regulator mounts right here. Our return line comes up, everything is tucked underneath the fender right there. We're gonna have our pressure sensor right here. Push lock hose going to the intake. Welded it up. See what else we do. Got some stuff in the rear done.
Oh, this, I mean, just the how clean these crimp fittings look are absolutely badass. I mean, it's gonna look super clean. We're really gonna have to take some time just to make sure we clean up the wiring because the factory harness really does no justice. Sorry, the factory, the out of the box harness, you know, we'll cut and splice and modify to fit exactly perfect. But it's gonna look pretty good. I'm excited about it.
Yep, got that. Been working on some stuff on the rear end. We need the
all right, we need to have a conversation about the rear end. We need to talk about it. So if you are the guy or the group of people that tried to outfit this rear end with the 33 spline upgrade, you need to be
stopped.
Yeah, you need to stop doing this ever again. You need to go fishing, play golf, but don't build rear ends. And don't ever buy this shit again. And don't ever tell anybody that you know how to put an 8.8 together because honestly, as far as 8.8s go, they're very simple, extremely common, but this is the biggest joke ever. I was told when I bought the car it had 35 spline whatever in it, and it's like when I bought the car it was like, oh yeah, just plumb and wire it up and you're good to go. And then when I looked at it I was like, no, it's not good to go. I won't be attaching my name with anything that looked like this, so that's why we ended up just redoing everything. It's supposed to have like this 383 stroker in there with a aftermarket crank. It had a stock crank. Like, it was just one lie after another. The car's been 490s. All the time slips in the car show 7.0. So I was like, whatever. But as something as simple as putting 35 spline axles and brakes on an 8.8, your boy here, who everyone calls the town idiot on YouTube, just knocks it out of the park on 2 different cars. It's literally not hard. So to see this done as shittily as it is just annoying as hell because I didn't plan to have to redo the whole rear end. And now it's like one thing. It's kind of like, I mean, it really is just fixing someone else's work. It's way easier just to do it from the start instead of trying to figure out what they did wrong and then fixing all that.
Yeah, so the 9904 stuff, here is the disc brake bracket. And this bracket is not supposed to look like this. It's supposed to have some other stuff on it.
We actually have a whole, I just got a whole nother 8.8 like completely bone stock that we could just reference off of.
Yeah, so we can do it, but normally what you would do for the C-clip eliminators is you would machine this out to where everything was flush with this. You put it on there, C-clip eliminator bolts down, RTV it on both sides. We can't do that anymore with this, and so now what we're trying to do is we're going to build a shim. We're going to use the disc brake backing plate, but unfortunately when the ends were welded on from forward, one was welded on a little bit more farther in, so it won't space it out enough. We need a piece of 1/8 inch 125 thousandths spacer, cut it out. Normally you just laser cut it, but we're trying to get this thing back together, so I think we're going to take like a mid plate we have maybe for this or something else, try to cut the spacers out of there, and then run these on the back side. The problem is when you run this on the back side, then your This brake spacing's all messed up, and you got to shim it on the caliper. And
This car wouldn't push for shit.
oh yeah, no, this thing, we knew something was wrong with the rear end, and this is just all this, you know, the washers that had like 15 gallons RTV in this thing. If we went to the track or launched it one time, like this shit would have just probably just fell apart.
Not to mention the gear was not even installed correctly, like to the slightest. It was just put in there.
Yeah, some of the pinion bearings weren't installed all the way. Like there's just so much stuff. The crush sleeve wasn't crushed. There's just stop.
Look look right at the guy. Tell him.
This is why people have trust issues, because of this, because of you.
Yeah, this is like, oh yeah, I'll build your 8.8. You bring it by, and then you have to go and rebuild it.
You know, I don't think that. I mean, I've sold a lot of stuff, and if something's messed up, I'll be like, hey, this is messed up, or I don't know, I got it from somebody. Never sold anything in my entire life that I knew it was messed up. Some people can. I don't know how you sleep at night. Whatever, it happens. Turbo bullet, shit's a hellscape sometimes. But I have seen so many times built motor, built trans, built rear end, and it is. I mean, we bought.
How much?
Oh my god!
I can't. Obviously, we got the Ellis Nasty brand. Everyone knows who we are. We can't do it. Not that we want to. We can't do it because, one, we don't do people like that, and two, it's not a good look. But all these other people out here that just don't know.
They don't know shit about the motor. They know it's got a stock crank. Our buddy Bryce, you guys seen him, the LS Nasty bodyguard. He sent me a motor, and he was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about buying this motor. It's got a built crank or a forged crank and all this in there." And sent me some pictures, and I looked at it, and I was like, "This thing's got casting numbers on it. There ain't no forged crank. It's got casting numbers on it." Zoomed in, ran some casting numbers. Like, man, that's a stock crank. And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, it's built motor."
Time after time.
Yep. Just
time
be careful. Time. Really, take everything with a grain of salt. And
now, if we're selling it, it checks out because we ain't selling no bullshit.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we really don't have too much bullshit, but terrible sellers. I sell like a set of wheels here and there. That's it.
Yeah.
But it's just frustrating because now it just sets us back. It's more pain in the ass.
Can't find material. It's Sunday.
So I guess we're just gonna try to keep getting done what we can get done.
Where is the milk?
Oh, I gotta find it here. We got some like little odds and ends stuff to do. The turbo kit is pretty much installed completely except for just the charge pipe. We can run our vacuum lines and mount our boost control stuff. We can start on the wiring, mount the shifter. There's some stuff we could do, but really it'd be nice to get it set down on the ground with the wheels and tires so we can push it off the lift and open the doors and actually like work on the inside instead of doing it on the lift like this. So
yeah, we can probably get it to work. Half-ass rolls. We need to clean the studs holes out for the wheels. That way they fit on the 5/8 studs. We got a little bit of.
Yeah, we got some busy work to do, but I mean overall we're getting quite a bit closer. But stuff like this, it's just annoying because it's just time after time again. It's just someone taking advantage of someone else. That's just what it is. I mean, it's shitty. That's the way it is, but that's how people are. So learn from my mistakes. I've been saying it for a while.
Yeah, or do it yourself, and you know.
That's how Matt knows a lot of stuff. That's how I've been doing more stuff because really we got to keep it in house because as soon as it goes outside, there's problems. So we work with a great group of guys, Junior Bissett and all those great people that we have connections with, but there's a lot of people out there that are just doing shitty work, and we see it time and time again.
Pay them a lot of money for them to mess it up when you can mess it up on your own for free.
That's it right there. All right, so we're gonna get to work. The rear end bandit strike again. Matt, what happens?
When you're installing studs, don't grab them with vice grips.
I want to know who did all this.
It's a perfect representation of what not to do when building a car. Yeah, like that right there.
Hold on, pull it back and zoom in on it. Those marks where it's just chewed up, got teeth marks.
On a positive note, we got the rear end back together.
Yeah, let's go talk about good things. Car's coming along great, we're building it. Rear gear and all that. Installed, again, just total shit. They got up the case, they broke one of the spacers, the factory spacers, like just complete garbage install here. Now we are I don't really have another word, you guys know what I'm about to say, but yes, we're fixing all the BS. And this, it's just the amount of time that we're having to put in just to do the simple stuff that takes no time is like blasphemous. Got these new wheels all polished up. Shout out to Edward Pierce Baby Shark. Got these in the house. PPE. You're not supposed to be doing this. I mean, we could replace the studs, technically speaking, but that defeats the purpose of having them, you know? Groundbreaking discoveries here at...
The fan.
No, we'll leave the fan on because I'm pissed. Why are we working on bullshit right now?
This whole car's bullshit.
We can't get the axles to fit the wheels because some Uncle Joe next door neighbor under a tree having a drill press asshole decided to drill those out. They ain't right. So the bolt pattern is actually not 5 by 4.5. It's 5 by 4.52368. So it doesn't fit in my new wheels I got. And I'm not just like, oh, it's my stuff that don't fit, because we have like 4 cars here that have small block, or not small block 4, that have 4 bolt pattern, which is 5 by 4.5, 5 by 4.5. None of those wheels will fit the axles that came out of this car. So I took an axle out of another car that I have here that I know is a good working 5 by 4.5 name brand, and boop, slides right in, no problem. So they don't measure the same.
No.
So here we go with your
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse shit that we gotta fix, that we didn't know about, that I didn't sign up for. So we were gonna get the car off the lift and install the shifter and just wrap up some things on the interior, but can't get the car off the lift when you can't put axles and can't put tires on it. So that's great. So now we're running our CO2 line, which some bullshit Mickey Mouse CO2 line.
Yeah, we're like, forget this thing, let's work on the Pro Mod. And we rigged up the air shifters, and then I pulled it and the line exploded because it's...
And then it was like a 200 PSI of... No, it was 125 PSI everywhere.
It's just cheap line, but I got some good...
This is our line out of the tow. This is how much spare CO2 line we take with us to the racetrack.
Yeah, it's Parker too. It's good stuff. So we're gonna plumb these. Run this down through here.
So we're running our... We have to run a vacuum reference, and then the other one goes to Mac valves for CO2 boost control. So being it's a twin turbo setup, you got 2 wastegates. So you have a top, and this one's in the wrong one. This one needs to go over here because this is still in the top. But I think this one, I just put that in there the other day. Yeah, I can't get that off, so we gotta make sure this one's on the bottom, and then we'll be able to get everything all plumbed up. But Matt's over here cutting away. We're getting our plumbing on. Hey, we gotta pull our pants down to show our ass crack now.
All right.
Look at that. Look at that, dude. Look at that. Look at that. Little T action there. Gotta love it.
Little T action.
Where's your wrench? You got it in your back pocket? It's late at night now, so we're starting to lose every tool we got. And I'm using the wrong tools to do the right job. Like, this tool is not the proper size, but it's close enough for me.
Well, it's supposed to be a 3/16, but these are
China. We're gonna need to plug multiple ones on this because there's a bottom one on this side right here. And there's another top one right there. God, who? Wait, did it come out of this?
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's right, because that's on the bottom. Oh no, that's the plug. I prefer Turbo Smart wastegates, but these China guys will get the job done for this application. Don't you agree?
Yeah, we need another
Plug.
Yeah.
Ooh. Close enough. We need to plug that one.
And that one.
And that one. So we need 2 plugs. Big thing with your CO2 stuff is make sure it doesn't leak, because if it leaks, it's a pain in the ass, and you always got to watch your bottle and your stuff gets leaking down. Yeah, don't make sure it's not near anything very warm also. We're struggling here to get the parts we need because we can't order parts. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, can't get the parts we need. We got CO2 stuff plumbed. Trying to get stuff figured out for the brake line. I have everything here but a brake line bender. It's here. I can't find it. We're still doing renovation, so the shop's kind of a mess. It generally looks much neater than this, but it's just been kind of a mess. So we're almost done with the office, and I can put everything back to normal. We're making decent progress. Waiting for a drive shaft to come in. We're going to figure out get the wheels and tires on there tomorrow. Get the car on the ground so we can roll it forward. We're going to install the shifter. We can start on the wiring, get the battery in the car. We got to order some fittings tomorrow, so then we should be able to finish the fuel system. Well, we'll get a bunch of stuff ready to come in on Wednesday then. Captain overnight shipping back at it again. But that's going to wrap up today's video. I don't think you guys understand how difficult it is to build a car, especially in a short timeline when you're working on 2. We got to order some more stuff for the Pro Mod. So Wednesday we'll be working on the Pro Mod. We'll be working on this thing. We'll be busy. So we still got to put the converter back in the vet and put the vet back together. So if we get the converter back, we can stay busy on that Monday, Tuesday, and keep rocking and rolling.
Crimp King lines on the Pro Mod.
In the Pro Mod, you'll crimp some lines, maybe work on the red car a little bit. Once we get through with JJ's arm drop race at Fayetteville on the 10th and the 11th, then we can get back at it. We're dropping the Colorado off to get the headers built, and just going to keep rocking and rolling, keep knocking things out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like always, comment, like, subscribe. Go down, click that bell, click that subscribe button. We got some, once we're starting to knock them out. Once we get these knocked out, boom, streetcar action. Cal, boom, streetcar action. West, streetcar action. Vet, streetcar action. Then we got the Red Mustang, race car. Black Sheep, race car. Pro Mod, race car. So we're going to have a nice variety back and forth. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you guys tomorrow's upload.